Okay, we got a broken off stud here in this manifold. I've done started drilling on it. But we'll see what it takes to get it out of there. Okay, we got through it finally. Them shavings out of there. And get us a little bigger bit here and make a little bigger hole. Okay, I run out of battery. We'll turn you off a few minutes. Okay, this thing has set overnight. The hole full of WD-40. And looks like it goes all the way through. Anyhow, we'll... Son of a bitch. Excuse my language. Well, Well, I'm going to turn you off another minute. Okay, after a whole lot of fussing and a cussing and getting injured and so on, I have, that hole had a helicoil in it, and the helicoil wouldn't turn loose as a broken stud. So what I have done, I finally beat the pieces of helicoil out, got it to where I could drill it, and I have tapped that hole to a 1/2 inch 13 threads, which is standard old 1/2 inch bolt. And this thing parked here. I have here a 1/2 inch by 13 grade 5 bolt. Go by the markings on it. There's 3 marks on the head. Alright. It's runs down in that hole actually a little bit loose. But what I have here is a 1/2 inch grade 2 bolt. No markings on the head. And the threads on it are a little bit different. They will go in a half by 13 hole, but you have to run it with a wrench. So that's what I'm going to use. That grade 2 will be closer to the content of the cast iron than the grade 5. As you go up in grades of bolts and put more carbon in them, thereby making them stronger. So hopefully this grade 2 won't be too much different from the cast iron. So I'm going to run it down in there, put some thread locker on it, then I'm going to cut it off, then I'm going to drill and tap it to 3/8 by 18, I believe is the right size. Anyhow, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, got the bolt run in there. This hit the bottom of where I tapped to. Didn't run loose, but it turned fairly easy with the wrench. And right here's another bolt identical to that one. I've got that much bolt down in the hole. So now I'm going to cut it off. We'll drill it and tap it to 3/8. I'll be back with you shortly. Well, this thing just keeps on getting worse and worse. The sun come out, and I looked at this other hole, and I could see daylight down through it. The way the sun was shining on it. It had a helicoil in it, but the helicoil still had the tang on the bottom of it. And so I took my helicoil tool and went ahead and screwed the thing out. That little tang right there fits in this tool, and that's what you actually turn it in there with. The kit comes with a drill bit and a tap, and that tap actually taps the hole out oversized to the threads to fit the helicoil. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and fix this other hole while I'm at it, because I got thinking about it. That exhaust blowing against it, that helicoil ain't going to last forever. And The gasket also was blown on this side, so that means it wasn't holding real good. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I got my bolts ground off, and I got to looking at it. This thing was carbonized pretty bad and rusted up too. So I'm in the process of trying to level it out some. The simplest way to do that is to take a long old flat file and just keep on working across it until you get, you know, some of these places here gone like this, like that. You can see that's real low right there. But just keep on working backwards and forwards in all different directions with that flat file. But don't try to hold it on the end, hold it in the middle so that you're putting your pressure in the middle and not making it flop. Way back yonder, a long time ago, before they made milling machines and all that, they had to do something to make them. And one of the first tools that was made was a file. And file still comes in handy. But we'll be back with you shortly. Bye. Okay, there we are. Inserts in there. Holes tapped out to 3/8. 16, I believe, what it is. And got the gasket surface dressed down with file. So been about all afternoon doing it, but I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I expect I better turn the intake up and dress up that mating surface to that too. It just like work. Like I say, it's an old time way of doing things, because many years ago they didn't have no fancy CNC machines and no milling machines, and all this work was done by hand. And if the fellow's in the notion too, he can still do it. But anyhow, we'll talk at you later. Bye.